Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. By now, I'm sure most of you have heard the big news. Yesterday, Fanatics officially announced that they will be acquiring Topps for $500 million. I think for some of us in the hobby, that's not completely unexpected news. That was one of the uh, potential outcomes from Fanatics last year winning the new MLB and MLB Players Association licensing at the start of 2026. Everyone was wondering what would happen to the Topps brand or the product names after 2025, whether Fanatics would try to produce cards prior to 2026 to get all the kinks out from production and test new product designs and stuff like that, although they would not have the licensing at the time. And some people thought, well, maybe they'll just buy the trademarks or the product names from Topps rather than completely buy Topps out. That was one of the options. I always thought that knowing Fanatics and the moves they made last year, that they would most likely try to go after the Topps company. And not all of Topps was sold. I guess they didn't take over the candy and the some other greeting cards or something like that. But it's not the entire Topps, but all the sports card business. And of course, they would now have access to all those trademarked names, Topps, Bowman, and so on. So I thought I would do a video here to give my thoughts on the potential impact of the purchase and what that may mean for baseball card products, brand names, things like that moving forward. Now, I first want to say that when I heard the news last year that Topps, based on what transpired, would most likely not be making any more baseball cards after 2025, while I felt bad from the nostalgic point of view of, as long as I've been collecting, there's been Topps cards. And while I would have been sad to see that go, it really wouldn't have affected my card collecting really one bit. Primarily, I'm a Wade Boggs collector. Well, there's so many Wade Boggs cards that have already been made that I can add to my collection. And chances are that whatever products Fanatics would put out, chances are there would be some products that would include cards of Wade Boggs, most likely, being a Hall of Famer and so on. So I figured that there'd already always be some Wade Boggs cards that I could continue to collect. The other aspect of my collection is vintage. Vintage isn't being affected whatsoever with Topps losing their license and now Topps being bought out by Fanatics. So, my hobby enjoyment, my collection really is not going to be affected no matter what really happens. With that said, I sort of read in one of the articles about the acquisition that Fanatics says they will start beginning immediately to produce cards. Now, I believe Topps has already announced the design for their flagship base product, their 2022 Topps. In fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was scheduled to be released sometime in January. I think normally January is when Series 1 gets released. So my guess is that, at least for 2022, there's going to be the Topps flagship product that they will continue. Fanatics will continue to produce the Series 1, Series 2, possibly even the update series. But then the question is, what about beyond 2022 for the base Topps flagship product? And then What about other products that Topps has already in the works for early 22 releases? How far into that production have those sets been developed? Are they already fully designed at the printers? Are the designs set, or are they still working on some of the new designs? So it'd be interesting to see in 2022 what Topps products that Topps had originally scheduled for 2022 actually get released. So 2022 may be a bit of a mystery in terms of what gets released. Obviously, there may be more of an upheaval for those sets that Topps normally releases toward the end of the calendar year versus the ones earlier on in the calendar year. But I guess my thoughts are more past 2022. I think that Fanatics, it would make sense for them to keep at least two key product lines. One, the Topps flagship. There are so many collectors out there that, like myself, have grown up with the Topps name, the Topps base product, that collect the sets, build the sets, that I think it would be in Fanatics' best interest to at least do that base Topps product. The other one I think that they would be keeping is the Bowman issues. Bowman and probably Bowman Chrome. That is a big hit among prospectors, rookie card collectors, those that are into the newest potential stars. A lot of the flippers, investors look to see what the latest rookie crop's going to be and hedge their bets on whether they're going to make it and so on. So I think Fanatics will keep the Topps base and Bowman, and probably Bowman Chrome. Bowman Chrome is very popular. Whether they stick with the Sapphire or all that other stuff, I'm not sure. Bowman Prospects, I don't know. Beyond that, I don't see Fanatics continuing the entire product line of Topps and having those Topps designed logos on the front. Reason being is, knowing what little I know about Fanatics, I think they won't be satisfied with having on the front of the card the Topps logo or triple threads or whatever the logo is on the front, and them being confined to the back of the card in the legal fine print at the bottom to say, this is a trademark of Fanatics. I think Fanatics is going to want their own stamp, their own logo on the front of some of the cards that they produce. So with that said, I'm thinking that there's, beyond the Topps flagship and even the Bowman products, generally speaking, to me, there seems to be two levels of sets that Topps has been producing for several years now. There's once you get beyond the base of the Topps and Bowman, the next level is sort of the low end price point. Some hits, but not big hits product lines. You have your Archives, your Heritage, your Allen and Ginter, your Gypsy Queen, those types of sets. Then you step up to the more higher end products, the $200 plus a box where you get maybe 8 or 10 cards, 4 cards, those types of things. You're talking, tier 1, Transcendent, Definitive, Luminaries, Triple Threads, Tribute, those types of higher end products where you're guaranteed so many hits, or every pack contains a hit type product with the higher price point. My guess is that Fanatics is going to continue those higher end Topps product lines, because I can see that they may be able to try to take advantage of those higher price points, because they've raised a lot of money. They need to make a return on the investment for all these investors that have put money into the company. and shelling out $500 million for Topps, they're going to be wanting to look for a return on, to make money on these cards. So that leaves that middle tier, that lower end type of product. And I can foresee that there's no longer going to be an Archives or an Allen and Ginter or Gypsy Queen. Stadium Club, I'm not sure. Stadium Club, I think, has a pretty good following. The photography is just spot on. It's a step above, obviously, the Topps flagship. That may be one that may stay around. But I also think that by Fanatics eliminating those lower tiers, that would give them the opportunity to create their own Fanatics brands of cards to fill into that lower end. So that Fanatics has its own Fanatics fill in the blank set that would maybe take the place of Gypsy Queen. So leave the Topps base, Bowman Chrome. Then you start filling in that next higher tier with a bunch of Fanatics, newly designed, new brand, new whatever products. And then you go back to some of the Topps brands at the high end. And I'm sure Fanatics will have its own input and stamp on that higher end product line. So that's my guess. I could be way off, but it'll definitely be interesting to see, one, in 2022, what Topps brand products actually get released. Like I said, I'm pretty confident that there's still going to be a 2022 flagship base Topps set. Maybe not update, probably update, but at least series 1 and 2. Beyond that, there's probably a greater chance, like I said, of the newer calendar year releases that have already been through the initial design, initial production stage, whatever, that may stay for at least 2022. We'll see if they remain for 2023. The sets at the end of the year, unless they are maybe some of those, again, higher end, higher price point sets, I don't know. They may be on the chopping block, but I don't think Fanatics is necessarily going to flood the market with, all the Topps brands, all the Topps sets, plus their own. I just don't see that. I think would be saturating the market. I don't think Fanatics wants to saturate the market with cards, because you do that and you worry about overproduction. You worry about the demand, what the demand's going to be for their cards. And especially if they look to implement direct online purchase from Fanatics, where they can get higher profit margins, they're going to want to probably limit the number of sets that they produce, or have a better control of that. So I think there will be some Topps products that will get the chopping block, but we'll see. 2022 is probably going to be a good indicator, because it sounds like Fanatics is ready to go with its own products. Topps has the infrastructure already built in. They have the relationship with the printers. They have all their design staff. Now, I'm sure there's going to be maybe some shakeup within the staff of Topps, probably definitely some upper management, but on the design team, I'm sure Fanatics is going to have their own people that they want in there with their own ideas. Distribution is also going to be a key thing that was brought up when we first learned about the Fanatics winning the licensing. How is Fanatics going to control the sale and distribution of cards? How's it going to affect retail? How's it going to affect local card shops? How much is Fanatics going to rely on direct sales from their website? Topps started to do that the last couple years with their on-demand, online, web-specific sets and boxes and packs and so on. So we'll see. So would love to know in the comments what you think about my thoughts on Topps products moving forward, whether in 2022 or beyond 2022. So again, would love to know what you think. And beyond that, I do have 3 cards that I recently got in the mail that I want to show off quickly. So I'm going to turn the camera around and let you take a look. We're going to start off with, actually, they're all Wade Boggs pickups. The first one is from 2021 Panini Mosaic. It is the Vintage Mosaic Orange Fluorescent. It almost looks gold, but there isn't a stated gold version. Actually, on the camera here, it does show up as a little bit more orange, and in person, when you show it under a certain light, it does looks more gold than orange. But this is the orange fluorescent, as opposed to, I guess this is the only orange fluorescent. There's a reactive orange, but this one is serial numbered 299. So leading off with some pretty cool shine. Then we go to 2021 Topps Gallery, the MLB Originals. It's interesting, when I first saw this card, looked like the card was like damaged in the mail. It looked like there was bent, but that's actually the design of the card. It's meant to look like it's beat up, and interesting. Interesting design there for Topps Gallery. This may be another product that we no longer see past 2021. We'll see. But there is the back of it. Interesting concept. Looks like an old beat up card laid on top of a obviously brand new card border type thing. So very interesting design in Topps Gallery this year. And the last one is, again, a Wade Boggs card. I already have it, but this is for my Topps short print image variations, and there are 2 for 2009. One I think is in the update set with Boggs in a Devil Rays uniform pointing up to the sky after he hit a home run for his 3,000th hit. But this one is, I think, from Series 1. 340, that'd be Series 2, I believe. But this is him fielding at third base. It's from 2009. So this is one that, and I think I may be missing one more Boggs short print, which I have in my Boggs collection, but not in my short print image variation of Hall of Famers. So there you go, my 3 pickups. And yeah, definitely 2022 is starting off with a bang in terms of hobby news. Second half of 2021, I think most of us were just spinning our heads with news from PSA and obviously Fanatics and what's going to be happening here and there. And here we are starting 2022 off with some more big news. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of videos, lots of discussion, hopefully some information directly from Fanatics as to the products that they will be releasing or anticipate to release in 2022. And again, I'm sure there's going to be further discussion as the years goes on, as the year goes on, and most likely maybe even in the at the national discussions of now that Fanatics is not waiting 4 more years, they're jumping right into it. They are now going to be the major player in baseball cards. So we'll see what happens. If you enjoyed this video, would appreciate you supporting my channel and hitting that like button. If you missed my previous video, you can check it out right here. And if you're currently not subscribed and you enjoy watching videos featuring vintage and modern baseball cards, you can subscribe to my channel right here, and better yet, click that bell to be notified next time I upload a video. That's all I have for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.